live stream in reference to our social prescribing toolkit, our big announcement.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Hi, Wendy. How are you today?
I am good, Sheethel. This is so exciting.
This is really exciting. So, I guess for anyone who's tuning in, before we dive into sort of why we're here live today, we can just introduce ourselves. So, I'm Dr. Sheetal Ajmani. I'm the medical advisor for the Benjamin Goldberg Foundation.
And I'm Wendy Goldberg. I am president and founder of the Benjamin Goldberg Foundation.
And we're really excited to be tuning in live this morning. So if you are catching us live on any of the platforms that we're on, please leave a comment, say hello. We would love to hear from you. So, Wendy and I have been hopping on live on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
a handful of times this year so far. It's something we've been making a conscious effort to do more of because, community is such a big part of the Benjamin Goldberg Foundation and part of our mission. And so, kind of ways for us to really engage with you further. And, Wendy's been talking a lot this year also about like behind the scenes. And
Mm-hmm.
so, this is a way for us to give you a bit of behind the scenes look. But today we are also streaming live to, I believe, LinkedIn and YouTube.
Yeah, so this is exciting, like just across the globe here in the ethers. So it's kind of fun. So we really wanted to pop on today, just a quick chat, just to announce what we've been working on, kind of behind the scenes, social prescribing. So, with the help of Sheethel and our other two amazing staff here, we have created a social prescribing toolkit, launching for other regions in the country to kind of model after our success of last year's social prescribing convening. So, Sheethel, can you just give us a little background about the convening and why we did this?
Yeah, it's really exciting. So last September, we held the first ever social prescribing roundtable convening here in Hampton Roads, really just the first in Hampton Roads, but also one of the first of just a handful. Literally, you can count on your hands how many other regions in the country have held convenings similar to this. And all of the convenings out of these handful have been slightly different, but we had such great success
Mhm.
with our convening here. Some of our goals were really to begin the conversation around social prescribing within our region, particularly with introducing and inviting key stakeholders and leaders within the region to actively and intentionally create a path forward for implementing social prescribing in our region. So it was more than, an educational conference. It was different than an educational conference. Like, yes, there was an educational component, but it was really about cultivating those discussions and the dialogue for collaboration, for actual implementation and moving this initiative forward. So really, really powerful in terms of our intentions and goals of the convening. And, by all means of measure, I would say that it was a resounding success in that. And so we were then invited by a national nonprofit organization called Social Prescribing USA to create a toolkit so that other regions could replicate this as well. And so that's what our team went after accomplishing and creating. And it really was an effort of all of us. We are a small team of four. So Wendy, myself, Loretto, who is helping us stream this today,
Thank you,
and
Loretta.
and so, we really are a small team of four, just really, we always say we're a mighty but powerful team of four women really moving this initiative forward. And so what we did is we created this toolkit. It's a 50 plus page guide that will be downloadable on our launch day, which we will share more about. It's coming up. But it's a downloadable toolkit that will really walk you step by step each of the steps that we took and frameworks for you to replicate that within your own region. And, Wendy, it's great because it's not only like a guidebook of the steps that we took, but we're including templates like email templates, press release templates, so that people can really have all of the tools that they need to create this as seamlessly as possible within their own region.
right? I mean, we included our agenda. We included all the things that really we felt helped make it access, and some tips. There were some things in there that we felt like we could do differently, and so we've included those in there to help people not make some of those snafus that we made.
Exactly, lessons
Mhm.
learned, right?
Mhm.
In advancing an initiative like this and realizing the time and effort that it takes,
Mhm.
we wanted to make it as easy as possible, yes, for other people to replicate and also to like share the lessons that we learned in our experience as well. And not only that, but you know how I mentioned we were one of like less than a handful of organizations around the country who have held a convening similar to this. And so we actually reached out to those other organizations and individuals who
Mhm.
planned some of those other convenings, and we included case studies
Yeah.
from their convenings as well. And they also shared some of the lessons that they learned. So this is a really powerful, and it's a really, in the vein of the foundation and really what we've been doing since then, we've really been focusing a lot on collaboration. And so this was really a collaborative effort where we're really drawing from not only our experience, but also others around the country.
I know. And speaking of collaborations, I just want to shout out to some of the people that helped make it possible. For Kids in Chesapeake, Virginia, they so graciously donated their space, which was we really wanted this to be a convening central in Hampton Roads, and it really was in this Tri-City area. So we had a beautiful space in which to hold our convening. We were so grateful, and we had a collaborative group of individuals that said, yes, I want to be there. And we had over 30 people in the room, very engaged in that. And Sheetal, do you want to just say a quick shout out to our speakers and our keynote?
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing, Wendy, because as you just said, so many people who are so interested in moving this initiative forward. I mean, anytime we talk about this, Wendy, I feel like, and
Mhm.
no matter who we're talking to, it's just like this resounding, like, yes, I can get behind that because
Mhm.
it's such a powerful mission, this social prescribing, and particularly with healing arts prescriptions. And so, our speakers, we invited our keynote speaker, Larissa Trinder, who came from New York.
Mhm.
She's the assistant vice president of the arts and medicine department at NYC Health and Hospital System. And, NYC Health and Hospital Systems, just a shout out to them. They're also doing great work. They have a really well known and well established community mural program. They're doing research around the impact of those community murals. They also have the largest art collection of any health system in the US. So, pretty incredible work that they're
Mhm.
doing there. So, she came down as our keynote speaker. We also featured some local speakers as well. So Asa Jackson, he's an artist, a community artist. He also created the Contemporary Arts Network here in Hampton Roads, doing great work for the community as well as artists in our region. We had Meredith Strand, who's the director of operations at the Centera Brock Cancer
Mhm.
Center, and who we now, as a result of the convening, are working very closely with to launch the first ever social prescribing pilot project in the region. We also had Kelly Burrows, who is the CEO at the Jewish Family Services, where they are doing incredible work, like
Mhm.
social prescribing and social impact for the community
Mhm.
um, as a whole. And so, really powerful talks from all of
Mhm.
our speakers there. And then the convening went into some breakout sessions
Right.
to really encourage and facilitate that dialogue. And also, just to add on that shout out that you gave, Wendy, to For Kids. I mean, For Kids also is another wonderful organization in our
Mhm.
community doing great work. And specifically their space and them opening
Mhm.
up their space to us, it was really neat learning more about their space. Like, obviously, they're doing incredible work. And it was also really wonderful just to learn more about their space and be in their space for this convening because they used trauma informed principles in the design of their
Yeah.
building. They also feature a lot of artwork in their building as well. And so to be able to host this event, this convening in that space, just everything we do as a foundation, we're so intentional. And so it was really beautiful how it all came together that we were able to host this event there.
I know, and also included in the toolkit is, our takeaways, some questions from our breakout sessions, and the after, what we learned, and how we continue to push this needle forward. So we are very proud of what we have created, and we hope that other regions in the country can learn. Um, to model after our success. And also, as part of this toolkit, we understand that what we have done, could help a lot of regions. And so Sheetal has become such a strong force in the foundation, and we want to offer her consultation, or our consultation, to other regions as they explore, this concept of social prescribing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So in addition to the toolkit, which you will be able to download from our website on launch day, stay tuned. I'm going to share a little bit more about launch day, when that is and what we're doing to specifically celebrate that. But yeah, absolutely, keeping that in mind and just exploring other ways that we can be a resource from, all of our experience, our experience, the evidence, of sort of how we can be a resource to not only our community, but communities around the country. We are going to be offering, consultation services too. So, yes, you can use the toolkit, and it has all the information that you need to really get started on planning a convening. But also, if you want to get customized guidance and advice, from either myself as the medical advisor or our entire planning team, we will have that available and accessible to you as well. And I'm looking at the chat here right now. Thank you, for some of the comments in the chat. And, in the chat, we also have shared a little bit about when we're going to be doing our live launch of the toolkit. So this was just a preview. Wendy and I wanted to hop on and give you just a preview, again, some of that behind the scenes of what's to come. But we are going to have our official launch of the toolkit on April 30th. And what's really exciting is we're going to hop on live just like we are now, but with a couple of special guests as well. Dr. Alan Siegel will be joining us. He is the executive director of Social Prescribing USA. And so he will be on with us to share more about some of their work, as well as the convening that they held in collaboration with Columbia and Harvard, which was where actually how we got into the social prescribing
Mhm.
mission, because Wendy was invited to that convening in April of 2023. So he will be on with us for a discussion. We will also have another special guest, Sepa Javahari, who will be joining us. She is based in New York and is part of the community mobilizers of the UGA Federation of New York. And they just held a summit in January, just this past
Mhm.
January. So she's going to share a bit more as well of sort of their summit and, outcomes and lessons learned from that as well. So it'll be a really fun and engaging discussion and conversation. And it's going to be right here live. So wherever you're tuning in live, um, to us from right now, you will be able to tune in the exact same way on April 30th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I can't wait. It's
Yeah.
going to be great to be with Alan and CP again, and really share this a little deeper with everyone. So Sheetal, thank you for all your contribution to this amazing toolkit, and I look forward to the continued collaborations within our region and beyond.
Yeah, absolutely. And immediately following that live launch celebration and educational event, you will be able to, anyone tuning in will be able to go right to our website and download the toolkit and check it out for themselves.
All right. Well, we will see everybody again at our live stream, at our next live stream.
Yep, absolutely. Can't wait.
Thanks, Sheetal. Bye, everybody.